This is the last, second, or the day before the 35th, which I think it all goes down then. Oh my gosh. How we doing, chat? Are we good? How mentally taxed are we? Yeah, screw Quasar, let's kill him. Alright, let's get into it. It's the last one? Okay. Last act, last act. Someone should go after Clay at some point. We'll need his help. We don't have time to let ourselves fall apart right now. Easy for you to say. You weren't there. Ellen's right. We'll have time to feel defeated once we're dead. Right now, all is not lost. Not yet. Look at Nils stepping up to be like a leader. We love to see it. Sure. Just a bit hard to buy this never give up right now. If you know how to salvage all of this, feel free to share with the class. I'm serious. I won't even roll my eyes at any heroic speeches right now. Yeah. Figured. So what? You just want to give up? Don't know. Clay was right. It's getting pretty hard to do that at this point. That's exactly what got us into this mess to begin with. What? Your failure? No. This ambivalence. I think you guys really need to take a good hard look at reality. You don't like betting on losing horses. Horse. Did enough pro bono today. How much will it cost to get you interested again? Oh, you can right off! Ulyssia. What's up, Nils? Think this through. Which would you even do? Where would you even go? Don't patronize me for saving myself. Nils is right. There won't be anywhere to go soon. Don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, Innkeeper. What do you even know? All you do is sit here and watch everything fall apart around you. Don't you dare lecture me on this. I don't think that's very fair of you to say. You really want to talk about fair? Must be easy, huh? All up in your high horse, watching us struggle every day. All you can do is spare some half-assed commentary and a few pleasantries. Sorry. I didn't realize you mercenaries cared so much. Well, I got there in the end. Did you? Should have figured. Explains why that bird spying on us all this time was also just a footnote for you. Hey. You always go on and on about your responsibilities. You always go on and on about your responsibilities as an innkeeper. How it's your duty to serve anyone that walks through those doors. If that necromancer walked in here, would you offer him an ear and listen to his story? Would you serve Alethia's murder a drink with the same smile like you do for us? Hey, maybe he'd bring her corpse along. Good thing you'd already know what drink to serve her. It's cruel. Why are you defending him? You should just be as pissed as me. That elf is gone because he couldn't get... that elf is gone because he couldn't get over his own ego, right? For all we know, Fable could be dead in a ditch somewhere. We wouldn't know. Drinks aren't miracle tinctures. They can't move mountains. They could provide an edge between life and death, couldn't they? And you decided to refuse them help. Because you were petty. Not like it matters now. Don't talk like Fable's already dead. Maybe you should have thought harder before letting Fable walk away like that. What happened to believing in them? If there's even a chance they might come back, I'll keep these tavern doors open. Good to know you seem to have somewhat of a heart. Whatever. Whatever. I don't know what else you want me to say it. Just try to say something that doesn't make it sound like you've already given up. Like you didn't give up the moment things turned rough in the chasm. That was different. People were dying. A lot of people will die soon. Because we ran. So unless you have some big idea for how to fix this world... Oh, I know. You can just set up another hit, Nils. That way someone else can take care of your problems again. It just won't be me this time. Innkeeper. Keelan, it's been real. Or not. Risking Clay's temper seems more meaningful than sitting here. So goodbye. It's tense in here. She does have a point, doesn't she? I don't know what to do anymore. On our way back from the Highlands, I was thinking... I'd just go see my family. But would I even reach them before the sun sets for the last time? Would have tried. Instead, I'm here. I'm not sure why. There must be something left to do. Maybe if we have the element of surprise with your sword, we might... No. The sword can't save the world. Neither can I. Am I seeing things? Fable. Hello, everyone. Greetings, adventurer. Welcome back. I'm back. Somebody pinch me. Ow. I said pinch, not punch, Carolyn. That wasn't a punch. I'll show you. Wait. It's really me. Even though I do look a little... different. Is it weird? No, it... suits you. Look at Fable's horns. Interesting. Looking badass, Elfie. Thanks. I like it too. I like the horns. They look very, horny. No, that sounded wrong. Let me try again. Take your time. They're very... pretty. Beautiful? Effervescent. Do you need one of your own drinks, innkeeper? Well... what I really want to say is... I'm so glad you're okay, Fable. I'm happy you're back. I'm really happy to see you as well, innkeeper. And there's so much for all of us to talk about. Wait, before that, First and foremost, I want to say that I'm truly sorry. I should never have refused to make you a drink. No matter what insecurities I was dealing with, I should never let them get in the way of keeping you safe. Made it back, didn't I? I thank the dragons for that. But I still ended up acting like a giant hypocrite. None of my encouragement was ever given in falsehood, yet learning to trust in the abilities I knew you had, it was hard to trust in you while the worry for your well-being was eating me whole. The worry of losing a friend. Don't you mean regular? No. You're my friend. If you'll still have me. You know, I thought a lot about our last conversation. I was upset at first, but most of all, I was afraid. Afraid that we'd never talk again. I didn't even know if I ever wanted to come back to this tavern. Maybe the me from a few weeks ago would have stayed away, but you're important to me too, Innkeep. And I wanted to be brave for the both of us. So I came back to hear you out. I'm happy I did. Glad you're both finally able to resolve this. That conversation must have really eaten into your word count for the day, Innkeeper. Worth it. But yes, you'll have to carry me from here on out, Nils. I'll try my best. Oh, right. Guys, we don't have time to chat. There's this necromancer that stole Ur's axe. I don't know who he is or what he wants to do with it, but we have to stop him. Huh? Why are you guys looking at me like that? It might be good to get everyone up to speed. Might be good to get everyone up to speed. You go first, Fable. You got us at the edge of our seats. Well, as you know, I was searching for Melly around the portal in the Twilight Chasm. I couldn't find any clues, not with the devastation left behind after the flood. And then the thought struck me. What if Melly was pulled into the portal by the waves? That would have been a nightmare. Literally. And even if I could swear I saw the shadows around the portal moving, the fact that it's the entrance to the plane called the Nightmare Realm, I just couldn't just abandon my friend. So I went through the portal. How did that go for you? To be honest, I barely remember what happened when I first went through. The distorted landscape, the giant, gangly creatures roaming around. My heart was beating out of my chest. All my blood was in my ears again. Eventually, I found a clove that gave me some shelter, but just couldn't stop freaking out. My blind panic, I had run so far away from where I entered. The chance of finding any traces of Melly was almost zero. So what did you do next? I must have fallen asleep. What? Excuse me? Oh, well, all that running and worrying got me so exhausted I must have just passed out. It was weird falling asleep in such a strange place. I couldn't remember any dreams afterwards, just a sense of disquiet and unease. But when I woke up, the Twilight Chasm looked different to me. It didn't scare me so much anymore. Moreover, I felt almost melancholic as I regarded its deep purple horizons. And suddenly, close to my clove, where spiky mountains split the sky, I saw entrances to tunnels that hadn't been there before. Curiosity got the better of me and I ventured inside. The deeper I went, the more I started seeing veins of precious stones lining the walls. And soon, the tunnel widened into a huge cave. And I mean, it was huge. Gigantic. I wasn't even able to see the ceiling anymore. Turns out, somehow I stumbled from the Twilight Chasm into the center of Ur. The plane, not the dragon, but in front of me was the sleeping form of the Elder Dragon themselves, looking more awake than they should have been. I can only guess the water covering the floor must have roused them. The flood had even managed to reach Ur's cavern. It means the dragons that, if woken early, will bring about the end of everything was awake. Yes. Great. Another apocalypse. Do we get double points for a combo? Wait. I haven't finished my tale yet. But you're right. It didn't look good. Especially when the necromancer appeared. I hid behind a formation of stalagmites as soon as I noticed him. Something about his presence and armor seemed off. He was followed by a couple of undead creatures dressed in farmer's clothing. I was still debating whether to reveal myself or not when he began to cast a strange spell. A green mist started to coalesce around Ur's head. Then their eyes flew open suddenly. I was stunned when I saw their gaze. Their presence had suddenly become stifling. Whatever strange visions the mist revealed seemed to enrage them. Their roar must have shaken the whole plane. But while was distracted, the necromancer tried to retrieve their fabled axe wrapped in their tail. I had a gut feeling, but I just couldn't let them take that axe. I had to stop him. But as he took hold of the large weapon, he turned to look right at me. My legs felt like goo. I was shaking so bad it was hard to draw breath. I knew at that moment I should try to fight him. I knew at that moment should I try to fight him, I would die. It was by pure luck that in that moment shook them off the mist and lunged for the intruder. The undead creatures used their bodies to shield him, shattering upon impact with claws. Well, the necromancer cast the same mist spell again. The spell missed, and retaliated with their mighty dragon fire. The necromancer was barely able to throw up a shield spell in time. Yet even the fire wasn't enough to prevent him from escaping. For a while, nothing happened. It was just silence. I think desperation made me move, or blind consequences, but I'd hesitate no longer. If that necromancer was to use the axe for evil while I had the chance to stop him and didn't. So I abandoned my hiding spot and ran towards begging him them for help. You just asked the Elder Dragon for help. Yeah. It seemed like my only option at the time. How did they answer? With a riddle. It went something like this. Gems and jewel I create, yet my most precious treasure I still await. Sought by many, found by the lucky. It blessed the oldest and youngest before it struck me. No mortal stands against it, and a mortal's delight. So close to death, unseen you find. What little mortal do I seek? Already figured it out. Hopefully we do know and it's not just saying it. I've always loved riddles. Can't relate. I appreciate their lyricism. To be honest, I could barely think past all the emotions warring within me. And so I just said the first thing on my mind. I told them how much I didn't want to answer the riddle just then. Saving people shouldn't depend on getting a riddle right. And if wanted something in the first place, maybe he shouldn't speak in riddles. And communicate clearly instead. Oh. He said that to their face. I got caught up in the moment. It seemed to surprise them, judging by the rumbling chuckle they let out. Eventually, told me that all they wanted was to fall back asleep. So I pulled out my lute and played the Elder Dragon, a lullaby. Just as I could see their eyes starting to droop, they lifted one gigantic talon to my forehead. A strange heat ran through my body, and a floating orb of blinding blue fire appeared in front of me. It was so warm and kind. It tickled my nose, and when I couldn't hold on my laughter any longer, I, accidentally ate it? Before I could panic about wasting gift, their gaze let me know that everything was fine. That their flame would stay with me from then on. And that this strength was their boon to me. To this world. The makeover was included, I guess. And that's all there is to it, really. I think that was plenty. That's astonishing. It's not like I did anything special. Anyone in my position would have done the same. No, I think this has Fable written all over it. I did forget to bring a cool trinket back for you. I think you brought back something a lot more important. Hope. Oh. Elfie. Are you saying you can actually produce dragon fire now? I think so? I practiced recreating the orb on the way here, but I still have a long way to go. I feel like I'm missing some context here. Later. I need to go get Rhea right now. That was fast. Can't blame her. I heard you might have some dragon fire for my sword. Good to see you back in one piece, Fable. Good to be back in one piece. So, what's the situation? Is there a new plan? Yes. Maybe. We'll need to figure out the details. But it's fair to say we've been given another shot. Right. If there's any smithing to be done, you know I'm with you. How long do you think you'll need to reforge the sword? It might be tight, but this isn't the first time I've worked with a strict deadline. I'll be ready for sunrise. Got no time to waste. Right. I still really like to know what we can't waste time on. Let's discuss it with the others. Melly is a lot better at explaining this kind of stuff. She's safe? Yes, she's safe. And Kate, I trust you'll have some quests locked and loaded for us top of the morning? Of course. I guess we'll see you tomorrow, Innkeeper. Rest well, everyone. A stranger has come to town. He likes plum crepes and spooky armor. To reach Tuat, one has to go through a number of overly complicated rituals. Good thing no cleric would ever aid in something like that. Fable has returned from their encounter with with a mysterious ability. The power to create dragonfire. Hope is rekindled at last. Fight of hopes and dreams. All might seem lost, but the fight is not over yet. Quasar can still be stopped at the aperture. He's in the possession of a draconic weapon, but so are we. Thanks to Fable and their newly obtained dragonfire, we were able to forge a weapon to withstand his evil powers. Oh, we are almost there. I love the Undertale reference the writers put in. Oh, I think I missed it. Act 4, The Wake. 24, House of Hope. Ooh, the House of Hope. 35th of the Astral Moon. Welcome in, Mikey. Good morning. Morning. You don't know how refreshing it is to see you all three together again. Likewise. Did you rest well? Not much, but, well. We wanted to spend the whole night planning while Rhea worked on the sword, but Una forced us to sleep. She's always valued nap time. Innkeeper, I've observed you put up quests for us. I did. And you even thought about defending the roots. Very smart, Innkeeper. Very smart. I assume that means you all did, too? Of course we did. We made plans and backup plans and teams and everything. What kind of teams did you join? Fable's going to fight that big bad necromancer guy with their cool new dragon powers. And we'll be making sure the zombies don't eat people. Together with Baya and Archie. We'll evacuate the capital. And Zenith, too. There shouldn't be any people around when his undead army arrives. Other than our extermination team, obviously. That seems reasonable. With Baya's help, it should go quickly, too. Right? First, we wanted to teleport Team Cool Sword to the aperture, but Baya says she can't talk to the trees in the Forbidden Valley. They're too weird. Too weird for Baya. Must be some strange trees. Yeah, I really want to see them, but it's too dangerous, so I'll just wait till I'm older. Archie's going to help us convince the people in charge about the approaching danger. I'll help providing good arguments and keeping things organized. And Nils will lead our group and scout out escape routes. And after that, you're staying behind for the battle, Nils? No. I'm staying with Melly. I'll bring everyone to safety and protect them there. Not up for revenge. I trust my friends will deliver it for me. I do want the necromancer to be defeated. But I don't want to leave Melly alone again even more. So you want to stay out of it? I want to live. Oh. Plus, Melly will need an assistant. I couldn't ask for a better one. Agreed. Now, I know you didn't put up a quest for the evacuation, but could you get me a drink for the road? Something tasty to motivate me. I'll have to convince a lot of people we haven't gone mad. Sure. What joke are you trading this time? None. I've got something else for you. And what would that be? Are we gonna get your name? My real name. Huh? I'm all ears. It's Neil. Neil Broom. It's a stupid name, I know, but I think I'm done pretending to be someone else. So, Neil it is. I love it. Neil. It's cute. Can I give you a nickname? Neely? Neilshan? Nelly? Like Melly, but with an N. Neil is fine, I think. Neil. It suits you really well. Thank you, Fable. Such a nice name definitely earns you a drink. I was hoping you'd say that. Thank you for helping me be myself. I wouldn't have it any other way. I'll make sure Neil is just as charming as Zephyr or Malachite or John then. Appreciate it. Charisma coming up for the boy. Let's go back to the Spoken Heart. That one feels appropriate. The very first drink that we gave him under the pseudonym Zephyr, then to Aura or Malachite and John and Nils, to Neil. Some additional charm. Not that you need it. This is delicious. Thank you. I hope this will make me more bearable to the townsfolk. I find you plenty bearable. Thanks. Wait. Is Fable... innkeeper? Yes, Fable? I've been meaning to tell you. Thank you for everything you've done for me. Is Fable turning into a dragon? Without you pushing me to go on that werewolf quest, I wouldn't have gained the confidence to face You're one of the best friends I've ever had. Fable, I have a confession to make. Let me guess. You don't actually know how to make hot chocolate. Actually, I recently learned how. Would you like one? You're trying to distract us. Yes, he is. But I still like one. I'll accept it when you're done telling us your secrets. I'll trade your confession for the chance to make me a hot chocolate. See, I've taught you well. Alright. Ooh, this is scarier than I thought it'd be. I know. You can do it. That crazy necromancer. The truth is, I know him pretty well. He's my former best friend. That makes sense. It does. Well, I always knew he was hiding something. And when I saw the flowers in the necromancer's armor, it reminded me of the letter he refused to open. Yeah. That letter was... evil. So, you two were friends? We were in an adventuring party together. It was us and 4 others. Willa, Aegeus, Alkane, and Kaya. Oh, it's... It's been ages since I've said their names out loud. We spent quite a few years together. What happened? They died. Our friends, they... Remember the other necromancer you were researching, Melly? Obviously. Is he their reincarnation? Was I right? Not quite. But we fought her. Herabosia, a couple of times. She was obsessed with immortality and would do anything to get it. To us, it was like a game. She'd do something horrible, we'd stop her goon, she'd get away. We got so used to it that we became careless and arrogant. We didn't quite realize how dangerous she really was. Thinking ourselves invincible, we went into our last fight unprepared. My friends paid for it with their lives. Fable. To be honest, I thought that was what would happen to you when you went into the Twilight Chasm. I thought he'd be the end of you. I see. I understand why you were scared. I just wish you would have told me. Me too. When we fought her, they all went down so quickly. Thea got mind-controlled and struck down Alkane. Kyle went down trying to heal Aegeus. We tried so hard to keep fighting despite it all, to not give up. Suddenly, they were all gone. It was only me and Quasar. Quasar? Is that his name? Yes. Quasar Duskbringer. Is that his real name? Yes. Jealous? A little. He grew up in the Order of Starlight. It was a different subsection from Tia's, but I guess Cassiopeia's servants have a flair for dramatic names. We hated each other at first. Disagreed on a lot of things, especially about religion, because he worshipped Cassiopeia and you Leviathan. Oh, you figured that one out. This place has a sea serpent written all over it. You're a very good detective after all. But, yes, made for interesting fights. But that somehow brought us closer together. And arguing about scripture was always kind of fun. I bet. But the other necromancer, Kerabosia. That one. She died, right? So you defeated her after all? No. Yes, well, Quasar did. When I saw my friends were... I was pretty sure it was all over. That we'd lost. I was hopeless and scared, so I ran. I ran and I didn't stop until I was too far gone to turn back. I get that. Running's pretty easy when you're scared. That must have been really scary, to lose your friends like that. It was, but it wasn't right to leave them behind. I think it's okay to regret it, but I'm still glad you made it here. I wish I was less of a coward. You're working on it now. I'm trying. Suddenly, there was an explosion of intense magic from where I had escaped from. I'm pretty sure he used the Soul Shatter spell to defeat her. That sounds... shattering. Like something Hex would use. We stole it from a mad wizard back in the day. It's clearly too dangerous to be used, so we all agreed to keep the scroll safe and untouched. But he didn't. We didn't. We both wanted to study it despite the warnings. And while the others were partying or getting into tavern brawls or petting were owls, we studied a scroll that could rip souls asunder. I don't think either of us ever planned on using it, but we were young and curious. The allure of powerful magic is a difficult one to ignore. I think when I escaped and he refused to run, with no other options left, he used it against her. and it shattered Carabosia's soul. It clearly won him the fight, but it didn't bring them back. How have we never heard any of this? You have, in a way. It happened 30 years ago. Yes. I was wondering why he opened the first sigil 30 years ago and then waited so long for the others. I guess it was an accident, opening the portals, I mean. That's what it did, right? With her soul? Turned it into a portal. I think so. Yes. And now he wants to bring your friends back? We can all relate to that right now. There's nothing I wouldn't give to see them again. My old friends, and Tia too, but the past has already happened. And I can't change it, no matter how much I want to. I want to honor the love they taught me, the ways they've changed me, and the life I still get to live. They're worth so much more than only remembering the worst thing that ever happened to them. And I don't want to destroy myself any more than my cowardice already did. You are a little bit of a coward. You could have told us this at the beginning. Didn't want to be him, I guess. Nor did I want to choose sides. He's still my friend, even after all he's done. Even after he put on Carabosia's armor and abandoned his oath, I guess no one wants to accept that their friend has become someone unrecognizable to them. Sorry that happened to you. To the both of you. It feels good to finally say it out loud. Is that weird? Not at all. Do you think we can share this with the others? His name in the story, I mean. If you want to. I fear Carolyn would crush me, will crush me, though. I'll put in a good word for you. You hate me now. Of course not. You're a friend. Our occasionally stupid, shady, and sad friend, but our friend nonetheless. And Quasar is your friend. I also wouldn't know what to do if I had to fight against my friends. I'd like to think I wouldn't want to hurt them either. But you really do have to start taking your own advice. So I've heard. Thank you, Fable. You really are my favorite regular. Good. Because you're my favorite innkeeper. So don't go anywhere, okay? Not this time. I promise. Do I get a hot chocolate now, or are we going to have to be sad for another hour? I'll get you your hot chocolate. Thank you for being patient. Melly gets a hot chocolate. Okay, this game is perfect. Because also, I was hoping that like the fact that earlier in the when she was explaining how like she wanted chocolate milk with that wizard and everything, I'm like, I hope she wants the hot chocolate, because I'm gonna give Melly a hot chocolate whether the game tells me to or not. But the fact that Melly wants a hot chocolate, I'm like, okay, this is great. This is absolutely perfect. 10 out of 10 game for me. Highly recommend, because we get to give hot chocolate to the bestest one. Yeah, a hot chocolate. Quincy style. This is perfect. Thank you so much. No zombies shall stand a chance against my chocolatey veins. I have to go run through the garden now. See you in a bit. Good luck, Fable. Yes. So perfect. So perfect. She got the zoomies. I'll go with her. We'll check in on with you guys after we've won. I'd like that. Once we're back. How about some cheesecake and dancing? That sounds lovely. Can we make some flour biscuits too? I'm very excited to try those. Be safe out there. You too, Neil. Sounds better when you say it. Can't wait to hear it again. He said the thing. He said the thing. Thank you for sharing all of that with us, Innkeep. I guess it was finally my turn to be honest. Do you think we'll win this? Yes. I believe in all of you. I know you'll stop him and save us all. Especially with you on the team. You're a really good cheerleader. I know. And even if you don't come back, still glad that I got to spend all this time with you. I wouldn't trade it for the world. Me neither, Innkeeper. But don't say goodbye just yet. I'm still coming back to pick up that quest. I need to check in on the others first, though. I figured. Thank you for everything, Fable. Couldn't have wished for a better person to share my adventures with. I'll be back in a bit. Be patient. Try my best. Oh. Hello, Innkeeper. We have returned. Welcome back to my tavern. Good to see you found your way back to us, Kyle. But of course, why wouldn't I? The little wizardling drew such a magnificent map for me, which he held upside down. How are you two doing? Still clinging to those empty lines, are we? You can drop the act now, Innkeep. We all know you're not just a mere babbler after all. Who told you the good news? We met this lovely little girl on our way here. A really chatty kitlin. Maybe she has to overcompensate for that brooding older foster brother of hers. So you know about everything? About your history with the necromancer? For sure. I have to admit, everything makes a lot more sense now. I'm glad you came back. I think we've all made some mistakes in our pasts. Some of us married evil others ran away because we were afraid. What counts is what you do now, Innkeeper. For example, how you help us fix your up to 30 years ago. I see you've already put up a quest for us. Good. You're not going to fight alongside Carolyn? Oh! Fight? Whom are we fighting? The undead army. You know, the one that's marching towards the capital. But whom am I to blame them? Sounds like a wonderful stroll through nature. They're not strolling. They're eating away at the roots protecting the capital. That's not very nice. You got that right. And that's why we're going to stop them. Very well, dear Rhea. You and your cape will be welcome additions to the team. There'll also be a few more adventurers accompanying us. Scully, Una, Jade, and Nico are going to join in on the fun. Nico, let's hope their chaotic ideas turn out well. They better. Saving this world and the capital from destruction sounds like a dangerous endeavor. It is. Just as I thought. I couldn't bear losing yet another person so close to me in my lifetime. I know that feeling all too well. Will you both stop worrying before anything bad has even happened yet? That reminds me. The sword turned out well. Excuse me bragging, but it turned out spectacular. I was able to craft a flawless weapon, so deadly yet beautiful. Care's Baba really passed an astonishing sword onto her. I even used the Gueva's Givra's opal on its hilt. You mean it's don't say it. It looks good either way. Definitely good enough for the all-heart competition. And with the dragon's fire little Elfie acquired, it's also strong enough to withstand Ur's great axe. Already handed my masterpiece over to Care. She's got to save the world first before I can win me competition. Are you sure you don't want to wield the sword yourself? Nah. I fought my fair share of undead. I know how to handle them. I'm better off at the capital, and the sword's better off in Care's hands. Belonged to her Baba once, so naturally it's Care's legacy. But there's one more thing you could do. Or even one last drink, Rhea. You'll see right through me. Anything specific you have in mind for today? Just a drink that won't be my last. Mix us something to help us return to your tavern after all this. Agreed. I would love to come back here with my dear Rhea just to reminisce. Very well. I have 2 ideas that could work. I could give you something to enhance your dexterity and intelligence, so you can easily predict and avoid all attacks. Top it off with a lotus flower for some extra draconic blessings. That'd be the drink for purely offensive approach. What will the other drink do? That'd be the choice if you want something less violent. A drink that could enhance your natural charisma as well as up your defense. And also add some honey flowers to make you extra persuasive. We'll be trying to collect some allies on the way, so we might need to do some convincing. An additional defense seems like a good idea. But smashing through the undead creatures together sounds more fun than talking to them. I'm not really much of a charmer, you know. Oh, I find you quite charming. Oh, shush. But now, what about my drink? Have you decided on one yet? No. Those sound reasonable to me. I'll leave that up to you. Charm or violence? What will it be? Better choose wisely. Thank you. Only mildly threatening. Dexterity with a little bit of intelligence with some dragon. And it's perfect for the hot chocolate. We're gonna give everybody hot chocolate if we can. I swear if this will mix down right here right perfectly right now. Give me something that would work. Dragon. Nope, that's haste. That's citrine. Nope, that's invisibility. That's dragon. This is dragon. This works! Haha! Oh, obviously because it's lotus flowers. Everybody gonna get hot chocolate before they go beat up some zombies. Cause the best thing to beat up a zombie is hot chocolate. Confirmed! Yoink. Service! I think a more physical approach fits you better. And you're quite charming already. Yeah. That's what I thought. Time to smash some undead heads! May you return unharmed. Be careful. Starting to sound like some random NPC again. Let's go, Kyle. See you later. Until then, dear innkeeper. Stay safe, you two. Giving everybody hot chocolate. I'm back. And I see you brought Kaelin with you. What a pleasant surprise. Myself over here now. Good to see you too. We're taking this quest. You couldn't tell. I guessed as much. You're not going alone, I hope. Of course not. We're just waiting for the others. Voy, Hex, and Grace will be joining us. We're keeping the team small because it'll be really hard to get there. But I think Carolyn should probably defeat him all by herself anyway. Could probably defeat him all by yourself anyway. I don't know. I just think it'd work better on a team. I think we all work better when we don't have to go through terrifying experiences on our own. All part of the humanoid experience, I suppose. No philosophizing before a big quest, please. But I love my philosophizing. We know. Are you... excited? Of course. Can't wait to take this magic sword for a spin. And to see what new cool powers Fable was hiding below those horns. Me too. Guess we're saving the world after all, huh? Guess so. I'm glad it's got the two of you on its team. Me too. The new sword of yours, Carolyn. Does it have an appropriately epic name? I asked Rhea that too. She told me to name it. And... Lynn panicked. Said it's just a great sword. So now its name is just a great sword. Very... creative. Luckily, the most commonly translated axe, the name for Ur's axe is just... Luckily, the most commonly translated name for Ur's great axe is Just a great axe. So Carolyn's fits right in with the naming convention. I knew that, of course. Of course. So you've got just a greatsword, unexplored dragon powers, a quest. All that's missing is a drink? A drink. It would be foolish of me to let you walk out of here without any help again. A little. I mean, you are a little bit of a fool either way. Don't think that I'll forget about whatever you and that Quasar guy got going on. We will sure be talking about that once we've stopped him. That's fair. Are you mad at me? No. I guess we all have people we're scared to talk about. But, you were right. The past always comes back to haunt us. Whether werewolf or necromancer. I can handle the past, as long as you guys promise to haunt me for a long while too. We'll give it our best. So, Fable, what drink should you get ya? Well, I think I should play on my strengths, but I'm not sure which one I should focus on. On the one hand, dexterity will make me swifter with the bow, and it always helps me fast and evasive. On the other hand, Voy has been teaching me how to combine magic and music to support people, and I think a powerful pep talk or healing word can go a long way, so charisma could work too. Innkeeper, I'll leave that choice up to you. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer here. I like both of these sides myself. Just make me your favorite charisma drink or your favorite dexterity drink. Aha! A favorite drink for a favorite customer. Coming right up. Well, everybody getting hot chocolate. Everybody getting hot chocolate. Everybody gonna get hot chocolate. Hot chocolate. We're gonna put some... Let's see. Let's put some... this in here. 2 shots of the intelligence. 1 shot of this. And 2 shots of dexterity. Hot chocolate wins again! Everybody getting hot chocolate. Everybody getting hot chocolate. Hot chocolate. Service. Fighting skills could really come in handy for this. And speed too. That way you can always run. Thank you. I feel fast and ready for battle now. Maybe I'll even have time to pick up some new ingredients for you on the way back. Focus on getting yourself back first. I'll think about writing up a fresh grocery quest later. So, does your ex-paladin have any weaknesses? His arrogance. He still can't see himself losing, nor does he think he has any weaknesses. And he can't imagine you having something equally important to fight for. And he's fighting for something that's already dead. You're fighting for something still alive. Make the most of it. Either way, best of luck. Thank you. Hope you don't mind me kicking your friend's ass. Tell him I sent you. I'll deliver your cutting words myself. Do you mind if we wait here for the others? Not at all. Grab yourselves a table and some, I still don't have any snacks, actually. Don't worry, I brought biscuits. Well then, have some biscuits. I'll set up a table. Why don't you sell cookies? I was never very good at baking. Maybe you should... Have a buddies here? You can finally breathe a sigh of relief, everyone. The face and muscle have arrived. You're all saved. Ooh. Ray? Yeah. I was trying to make it less awkward, and I've seen it made it worse. It's okay, boy. Some situations call for a little bit of awkwardness. I am... innkeeper. I'm sorry, I forgive you. Just like that. Just like that. Thank you. Yeah, Clay, listen. I'm sorry too. You needed us and we... There's nothing you could have done. I needed some time alone to be miserable. Thank you for still being here when I came back. Anytime, bud. How are you feeling? Not the best. I miss her a lot. Me too. She's... I know. And I feel pretty powerless without her here. But Dave was right. She would have hated it if we gave up now. I don't want to abandon the world she loves so much. We have to try and save it. It's Neil now, I think. But yeah, I think we owe it to her to try. She deserves a proper ending too. Not to fade in some sort of puppet of his. You're always looking out for her. I know she really appreciated that. You're always looking out for us. I'm sorry I got angry about that bird. We're all trying our best. No, you were right. I should do better. Let's try to do better together then. I'd like that. Good job, you three! That wasn't so hard now, was it? It was very hard. But it was worth it. Thanks for dragging me here, Voy. You got it. I've heard you're joining too, Voy. Of course I am. What would everyone do without my priceless encouragement and skillful illusions? Plus, I'm dying to hurl the worst insults known to dragonkind at that man. Don't hold back on my account. Would you like a drink to help you with that? No. I think I've got it covered this time. Can't wait to hear your epic battle ballad about it. Oh, you will. But I'll have a drink. I think I could use a little something. Like, some defense, maybe? Don't know how else I'll handle this without Tia. I'll try my best to mix up some liquid support. Defense it is for our boy. I think a steel tonic is probably the best here. Some speed, strength, defense. Yeah, that's the best one we got. Steel tonic it is. Let's go ahead and put in some wonderful... Yeah, we're gonna do this too. We're gonna put in some of these frozen pine cones as well. Oh, too much. There we go. One more shot of this. And 2 shots of dexterity. And we feed the boy. Hi Gracie, welcome in. Good to see you. Service. It's not quite Alethea, but this is as much defense as I can give you. Thank you. This reminds me of her in the best possible way. I really needed that. Feeling a bit better? Lots, actually. Julio. Just missing the 2 visits now. We should wait for them with Fable. And with Fable's biscuits. They're biscuits? Glad they picked up snack duty. Me too. Glad you're okay, big guy. Thank you. Now, come on, before Voice starts his inevitable grand speech without us. Did someone say speech? Nope. Is this Faye? I'll miss this. Maybe I should start offering food. Andy would go crazy. The stars of the show have finally arrived! But Voy's already here. I don't think we can compete with that. Oh, come on, don't kill my vibe! You spend too much time with Nico. Impossible. Are they also why you're late? We're busy doing research, okay? Turns out we have a little bit of a problem. I mean, besides the crazy necromancer with a god complex and a god's weapon trying to kill death? Besides that, yes. Wonderful. What is it? Quasar needs to go through the astral portal in the aperture to reach Tuat and do his crazy apocalyptic things. We figured he's able to use the portal without issue because of Tia, or what's left of her. First, he has to get to the aperture somehow, of course. As a former paladin of Cassiopeia, getting to her portal shouldn't be a problem for him. That's what we thought, which is where our problem comes in. We know he's attempting this tonight, because of the transition between the astral moon and the dying moon and all that jazz. Which means we also have to get there very fast, but teleporting into the Forbidden Valley isn't exactly easy. Its weird natural magic makes it a hazard for any self-respecting wizard. You're basically guaranteed to teleport yourself into a tree. Even Baya can't help. I'm a bit stuck. Got any ideas? I'm good at teleporting drinks, not people, so not exactly. Grace, you've been awfully quiet. You have an idea? I do. You do? Yes, but I knew you'd say no, so I decided to pitch it to the innkeeper instead. Please go ahead. Remember those spells Hex found? Not exactly that many to remember. Can't wait to try out that soul-binding one. Don't. You'd risk your own soul. I meant the teleportation spell. The one that can teleport you anywhere. That one. The one that could kill you. I think I could use it to teleport a small group right into the Astral Sea. Somewhere close to the portal so that they can find Quasar easily. That would be great. No, it wouldn't. Well, did you miss the part where it could kill you? With my modification, it has a whole 30% chance of succeeding without stripping me of all my mana. That's a 70% chance of death. We don't have a lot of options. This isn't an option. We'll find something else, another way. And with what time exactly, Hexagon? Fine. Sure, I'll cast it then. Don't be silly. You're awful at teleportation. Plus, it's more stable if the caster stays behind. And you're a much better fighter than I am. They'll need you at the aperture, and I need you alive. They won't be alive if we don't stop him. I know what I'm doing. Just trust me. Absolutely not. I won't let you sacrifice yourself for some useless heroics. Either I cast it, or we don't do this at all. This is Grace's choice. But let her make it. She makes stupid choices sometimes. She's too good for this world, and it'll kill her. So you'd rather shape her into something she's not. Don't you love her the way she is? More than anything. Her heart is what makes her special. Then let her keep it. If we want to save the world, this is the only way. I relate to the I'll just do it as the oldest sibling so much. Yeah, just let me, yeah. What's the point of this world if it doesn't have you in it? Hex. This world without me that you fear so much, it will exist one day. No matter what we do today. But it doesn't exist right now, and yet you keep acting like it does. I'm just worried. You're so worried about the possibility of me being gone. You treat me like I'm already a ghost. The time we have, it's so short. No. I know. I'm scared too. I don't want to die either. But I can't miss out on living, pretending I'm already dead. You'll have plenty of time to mourn me when I'm gone. Right now, I need you to love me. I'm so scared, Grace. I don't know what I'll do without you. We'll figure it out. You won't be alone, even when I'm gone. It's not the same. I know. Let's focus on what you can do right now while we're still together. We can save this world. You'll only let me live. I guess. Can't keep you in a glass case like some sort of spell scroll. Even though I'd come up with a great riddle to trap you with. I'd solve them instantly. Ha! You would. Do you really want to do this? I can help. This is how I can help. You don't have to. I want to. Maybe her own person, Hex. He deserves this. You'll make it of that. You'll make it out of this, okay? You have to promise me you'll make it out of this. I promise. And then we'll have a tea party. So many of them. I love you, Gracie. I love you too, Hexy. Alright. I guess if anyone can handle this casting a crazy powerful, probably cursed teleportation spell, it's you. Or the innkeeper. But I guess you're not volunteering. Unless you want to permanently be transformed into drinks, I can't help you. Good thing you've got me then. Cast the spell and keep you company afterwards. I'll stay behind to ensure the spell's stability and improve the chances of keeping my promise. Sounds lovely. Would you like a drink to assist you in the matter? No. I think I'd like to keep my destiny in my own hands today. But thank you. Let's do this then. Before I change my mind and lock you in a tower, I'd like to see you try. Alright. Are you ready? Ready as I'll ever be. Better keep her well hydrated while I'm gone, innkeeper. Will do. See you soon. And count on that. Looks like everyone else is ready to get going as well. So shush and let me concentrate. Oh. Grace? Grace? Grace, are you... Oh no. Thank you for your hard work. You've been a joy to have in my tavern. And do please keep an eye on the door. I'll go lay her down somewhere safe. It's one way to get a look at my secret rooms, Grace. Wish you would have asked differently, though. Hello, innkeeper. Oh. Hello, I'm... Welcome, or something. It's okay. You don't have to say anything. Just came in here to check on you. Are you waiting? Yes. Mind if I wait with you? Please do. Of course. Final lullaby. Curse of the Dying Moon. They should be getting back soon. Maybe they'll bring me a snack. A round of applause for the heroes of Asteria, please. Did you bring snacks? What? Sorry. Applause! That's better. Is that a winning grin you're wearing? What else would it be? The world is saved, Innkeep. I'm happy to hear that. Not that I expected anything less, but it's good. It's good to stop worrying? Yes. Can I offer you here as a drink? Not quite yet. I'm not starting my heroic story without Gracie. I need her oohs and ahs and hex be more carefuls. Have fun telling her brother. Thanks, Machoa. Oh gosh, thank you. Where is she anyway? Did she get tired of you? Hex, I'm sorry she didn't make it. What do you mean she didn't make it? Like you mean in time? She didn't make it back in time? Did she go take a nap? She didn't survive the teleportation spell. She promised. I know. No, you don't get it. She promised she'd be okay. Grace doesn't break her promises. She didn't get a choice this time. But she... Dragons, Gracie. You had to insist on being the dying hero, didn't you? Where is she? In one of the rooms upstairs. The one with the pink carnations hanging from the do not enter sign. Okay. Thank you for taking care of her. She was the most talented witch I've ever met. Was. And the kindest one, too. I guess a good heart can't save you. Even if hers saved me. It's awful. Yeah. Was a wonderful woman. The world's gonna miss her. I'm thankful for her help, though. Without her, we never would have made it. I hope she knew that. I think she did. We always made sure she'd never forget how talented she was, after all. So, you two... drinks? Would that make you feel better? A little. I'll take one then. Something that'll make me feel like a featherlight nymph, maybe? Thank you, Fable. I don't care, we're doing hot chocolate again. That makes me feel better. We're giving everyone hot chocolate. I don't care. Yeah, your favorite. I'm always comforted by the extent to which you know me. Thank you. I guess we should get on with the epic heroic story now, right? Screw your order, hot chocolate. That's right. I'd appreciate that. I'll start with the other group that took care of the roots. I imagine it began with a battle of wits. Those are safe, the roots and the people. Local government didn't believe them about the danger, so it was a close call. But it sounded like they got everyone out in time. Then all that was left was kicking some undead ass. Kyle said they had a lot of help too, like the Banshee and the Mary Morgan, and answered by his call and scared some of the skeletons to dust. A powerful wizard and a bunch of familiars and former familiars showed up with claws and fires at the ready. Scully convinced the Everbloom Archives Bleakstalkers to come to our aid. After they heard about Tia, they were furious. Even Neil's parents showed up with a group of retired adventurers from Borkham. Uncle Dragon came by and helped too, together with the Werewolf settlement from the Ashen Grove. I was glad to hear the old fool still got some guts in him. Sounds eventful, but the team won? They won. And you won too. Barely. That sounds exciting. You got a strange definition of exciting. The teleportation spell worked really well. It was super precise. We could even see the outline of the astral portal lined in the blood of the first vampire. And showing us the desecrated aperture on the other side. In front of us, stretching endlessly, was a wide river of the astral sea. Its glistening water was mixed with immortal blood. We were sure it would lead us straight to Quasar. But the water was pretty deep, and we didn't bring a boat. So Clay called out to the sun humpback whale for help. It showed up in a shower of stardust and allowed us to ride on its back. Though the fight was tough. Having the sun whale was definitely helped, even though Quasar banished it whenever it got too close. Void kept healing us whenever we went down, but he still had an undead Tia on his side. Though I did my best to keep her at bay with my arrows, eventually Clay got to her. He made sure she didn't have to fight us anymore. He'll give her a proper burial soon. You better show up. I'll be there. But I guess that didn't end the fight. No. Carolyn kept Quasar at bay for a long time, but I dropped. I hate to admit it, but I did. He was stronger than anything I'd ever fought. That axe is no joke, but neither of us is determination. Voy managed to get her away from him just in time, but it was looking pretty bad for all of us. Only I was still in his way. I prepared myself to call on all the powers gave me, no matter the cost, when Hex cast Fireball? No. Cast Soulbind. The whale had bitten a huge chunk out of Quasar's shoulder. He looked bad. Bad enough that I thought I might be able to pull his soul out. So I thought I might as well give it a try. That could have ended you. Or our friends. Could have. But I guess us hexes are known for risky moves, huh? Plus Gracie would have killed me if I didn't make it back. I had no choice but to survive. Did it work? Obviously. I pulled his soul straight out of his body, and in my panic, I bound it to the closest object. His great axe? Precisely. Now it's just a cursed great axe now. Even brought it home for you. Though, thought it'd make a great tavern decoration. I have it in this bag of molding Voy lent me. One moment. Here you go. I love it. This will spice up my tavern wonderfully. I knew you'd like it. Thank you all for the wonderful story. I'm very proud of you. You couldn't have done it without your help. Or without Grace's. How about I get you all another drink on the house and we go tell her the story. I'm sure she'd love to hear it. That sounds wonderful. It's been a blast, Innkeeper. Thank you for everything. Cheers to a million more adventures, or something like that. Now don't get all sentimental on us now. Let's go tell a story. Let's.